Hello guys, hello. Welcome to today's live. I'm just gonna move you over here. This is super weird because normally I love streaming from Zoom into the Facebook group. I don't know why, I've just always done it that way. But I don't know why Zoom or Facebook, whoever made this decision and this rule to no longer offer access to going live from Zoom into a Facebook group. There is some apparently really complicated way to be able to stream now, so I need to figure that out. But nonetheless, we are here and I'm talking with you today about, and firstly, let me just make sure I'm in the right group. Say hey if you're joining me live, let me know you are here. If you are on the replay, hashtag replay, you know the drill, just let me know you are here. Hey Michelle, hey Mon, how are you guys? Thanks for joining me. Okay, so we are talking about how to sign your next 5 customers in network marketing. I have got some notes here, that's why I'm looking away, I was just getting them up. But I want to give you 5 different things that you can trial in your business. Now, this is not really like a strategy to go, hey, take this and go do this for the next 7 days and it's going to increase your sales. We do that inside of Network Marketing School with our clients. This is more so 5 different strategies you could trial. And then what I want you to do is take one of them away and go and trial that one thing and see how it goes. Because what I so often find is that people are struggling with sales, their business isn't growing, maybe their audience isn't growing, things aren't moving forward, but they're not actually trialing new things. They're not trialing new things in their business. They're doing the same things over and over and over and over and over again that maybe aren't producing the results that you're wanting. It isn't producing the kind of income, audience growth, sales that you want, but you're still kind of pushing this thing up the hill and it's not working. It's just pushing you back down. You're trying to push it again, pushing you back down. And even after 100 times, you're still trying to push it up the hill, but it's not working. I don't know why, but I cannot see the comments. Let me just quickly open this up on my computer. So if you guys have any comments, I can answer them. Hello, Dawn. How are you? I thought you weren't gonna make it. Hey, Ben. Okay. So these are 5 things that you can trial in your business. I want you to take one of them. I want you to take one of them away, go and implement it, and then come back and let me know how you go. The most important thing when it comes to implementing a new strategy, tell me in the comments, what's the most important thing? Dawn, what do you always hear me say? What do you always hear me say in Network Marketing School, on masterclasses, and everything we do? You have to trial something for 4 to 6 weeks to know if it is a strategy that works for you. You cannot just show up for a few days and then be like, Rachel, I trialed this strategy. It doesn't work. Okay, how long have you been doing it? Oh, a week. And how many times did you do it in that week? Oh, 3 times. We've given ourselves no time now to build momentum and to actually see if something is going to work or if it works in the first place. So when you are learning about a new strategy, I want you to grab it, go, that feels good for me. I want to trial that in my business right now. I'm going to commit to doing this for at least 6 weeks so I can collect enough data and information to know if this strategy is the right one for me and in my business. Hi, Isabel. You cancelled your call. Oh, to be here. Oh my God, you're amazing. Hey, Lisa. Same with our hair care. Can't use it a few times so it doesn't work. Yeah, I actually, if you guys are in my Instagram channel, I actually wrote about this before because I tell you, most of the time people who are complaining, and I've had this from past experiences, I go through it a lot. People who are not getting results who then complain are the people who don't show up, are the people who don't use their products, who don't take any action in their business, then they're complaining about it, right? Oh, hi, Anna. So good to have you here. So I'm going to get my notes up. I can't see comments on here. What is with Facebook, hey? You've been around for so long. You'd think you'd figure your shit out, so I can read the comments. Okay, the first one. Now, this one is very simple, but it works, and it works when you do not overdo it. Now, what I find is people might hear a strategy or an idea and they go and they just do it every single week, and then it's just the same shit over and over and over and over and over again. So the first strategy you can trial, this works for team or for clients, is opening up a certain amount of spaces. So I'm going to say 5 just for the sake of this strategy, is opening up 5 spaces. So you might have a goal this month and you might say, I want to hit this income. So in order for me to hit this income, I need to make this many sales of this package or whatever you need for your team. Whatever it is, you have to figure that out for yourself. So let's say that you need 5 sales of a package that's $200, and that's going to help you get to your next rank or your next income. That's what you're focusing on. So you're going to jump onto your stories and you're going to open up spaces. You're going to open up spaces and say, like, I've got something really exciting coming tomorrow. That's the first thing. And then the next day you're going to say, I've decided I'm going to open up 5 spaces for people who want support with X, Y, Z, for people who want to achieve this desired outcome. Now, you can go really deep when it comes to clients if you know your ideal client. So for any of you who are in the school and you've done this work with us, you should know this. You should know your ideal client, know their challenges and know their desires. So when you're opening up 5 spaces, that's what you're speaking to. I'm opening up 5 spaces for people who want support with this. I'm opening up 5 spaces for people who want to achieve this. Even better if you can put it into a time frame. So if you support clients for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, 6 months, one of our clients right now helps her new clients in Monat glow up. And so it's a 6-month glow up and I freaking love it. It was so genius. And that's the focus. It's like 6 months to glowing up. And so she could open up 5 spaces for women who want to glow up into their 40s, because that's what she does. So 5 spaces, if you want to glow up into your 40s, if you want healthier skin, healthier hair, and you want to feel better in your body, I've only got 5 spaces available to start with me this month. Once they're gone, they're gone. And so not only is that hitting your goal, but it's also putting some hype on working with you. It's also like, if you've been wanting support with this and you're struggling with this, I have the solution and I've only got a few spaces available for it. So today, if you want to do this strategy, so whenever you want to do it, you would say it on the day, I've got something exciting coming tomorrow, and then ensure you're creating content around that thing. And then when tomorrow comes, you're going to jump on and you're going to announce that you have these 5 spaces available, and that's all you have. No more than that. That's all you have available. Loved your VIP message tonight. Oh, thank you. Hey, Jasmine. So, oh my God. Also, I've been wanting to start going live in this Facebook group again, but I was like, are people even like using Facebook? So it's amazing to see there are 10 of you on right now. If you want me to go live more often, let me know. I'd really love to do that. So that's the first strategy. So remember, when you're selling anything, you need to tap into why and how. So if you want to get really good at selling, these are the 2 things you need to work on. Why would somebody want this? What is it? And how are they going to get there? So having 5 spaces, you could jump on and say, I've got 5 spaces available to start in my team this month. Oh, it doesn't mean anything. Most people are going to just scroll past it, not think much about it. Like, it's probably going to mean nothing to them. But if you had 5 spaces available for a specific outcome, a specific goal, a specific something they wanted, they would be much more inclined to inquire, and people who have been watching for a while are much more likely to come back around. So the same thing would work for team. You'd be like, if they want to maybe like their first $200 in 2 weeks, in 4 weeks, you're opening up 5 spaces to guide and support and mentor 5 women to achieving their first $200 in their own online health business. Something like that. And so people are much more excited. It's something new. You're not normally talking about this. And then they're going to inquire from there. And that's going to bring this new energy and hype to that strategy. So that's the first one. The second one I want to talk about, which really, it's not a short-term strategy. So the first one isn't something you would use very often, maybe like every few months. This one is one that you should be using multiple times a week. So what I want you to do is I want you to do this 3 to 4 times a week for the next 6 weeks and see what happens. And that is storytelling. If you have been around for a while, you'll know that I say this. The more stories you tell, 5 would get me to my next milestone. Love that, Carly. Perfect. That's what we can focus on. Love it. So the more stories you tell, the what? Does anybody know the answer to that? The more stories you tell, I know there's a delay, so I'm like, I don't want to wait too long, but the more stories you tell, the more money you'll make, the more sales you'll make coming into your business. So if you are not storytelling right now, and I could go so deep into this, honestly, you know what? I need to do a podcast on this exact topic, but storytelling needs to be done in a way that you understand the person you're creating the story for. So let's just say you're speaking to me and you're speaking to business owners, and it's something around health, right? So I struggle with psoriasis, eczema, whatever the heck it is. I'm working on it. But whenever I see something that is about this, you've immediately got my attention. Like immediately. I spent $380 recently to get this cleanse that I'm doing. And it was recommended by my, what's her name? I can't remember. Colonic, that's it. And she recommended it. And she was like, this is what I think that you need. This is what I think is going on. And I was like, boom. But when she talked about it, when I saw this offer, when I saw this cleanse, I was like, maybe, I'm not sure if I want to do that, if I want to commit to that. But what happened is a story was told. It was like, I had this client and she was struggling with this. She was feeling this and this is what she wanted. And I was like, she's like, I'm listening because what you just said is where I am currently and where I want to go. I always say I don't want this. I want my skin to be clear. I want to feel really good in my skin. So like, I'm listening, hit me up. Like I'm going to pay, whatever it is, just send me the link, I'm in. And so the reason why that works so much is because storytelling was involved. It wasn't just a, hey, I've got this product or I've got this thing that I think would be great for you. It was here's a story behind why it'll be great for you. Here's the results somebody else achieved and I can see you achieving that as well. And I was like, okay, I'm listening. Like, tell me some info, I'm in, right? So this week, what I would really love for you guys to do, if you want to be implementing these strategies, I want you to write out 7 different challenges your ideal customer is struggling with. Just put 7. And then 7 different desires your ideal customer has had. Or if you're focusing on team right now, do it for team. And then what I want you to do is beside each challenge and then each desire, I want you to write a potential story you could tell. So let's just say that, you know, the person that I purchased this from, that they wrote the challenges. One of them could be like struggling with dermatitis. I always say dermatitis, eczema, psoriasis, it's dermatitis. Struggling with dermatitis. And so that would be there. And then a story would be, let's talk about another client I worked with who struggled with that, who's no longer struggling with that. She's like, her skin has healed, her body has healed, her gut health is in a better place. Boom. And then another one, let's just make it up. Let's say something around confidence. She might tell a story around a time that she wasn't feeling very confident because of her skin, because of her gut health, whatever it is. So she might tell a story about herself. For those of you in network marketing for team, you might be like, well, I've got this upline and she's able to travel the world. She does her business full time. She travels the world. She's literally like living in Bali right now. Let's just say that. And that's something your ideal team members would want. And so they're struggling with their 9 to 5. They hate their 9 to 5. They want to work their business full time and travel more. That's the story for you. Does that make sense? I'm going to check the comments. Does that make sense of how you can tell stories? Because stories really, they build trust, they connect you with your audience, and they help your audience see that you know your shit and you know that you can help them with that thing because you're talking about it. So you could tell stories about yourself, you can tell stories about your clients, you can tell stories about your uplines, downlines, sidelines, somebody else that you've heard of. All of this will come back to your business and your products. So 7 different challenges your ideal customer is struggling with and 7 different desires they have. And I want you to put a story next to each one that you can tell. And then I want you to do a mix. I want you to talk about this on your stories for some of them. So every second day. And then the other day, create a reel. Boom. Start the reel and say, are you struggling with dermatitis right now? Are you lacking XYZ? Is it making you feel like this? I'm going to be listening. One of my clients did stories before and she asked for feedback on it. And I literally was like, you're speaking to me about this. You're speaking to me. So I was listening. So yeah, great stories. I've got no feedback other than amazing because you caught my attention and I listened and I read the entire thing. It sparked curiosity. That was done through storytelling. So that's the strategy, right? That's number 2. So I want you to share a story every second day and mix between doing it on your stories and doing it on your newsfeed. On your account. Not heard that word in years. Okay, step 3. Run a series of polls. So asking your audience questions. So the best way to do this is to let your current stories run out completely. Let them run out and then jump onto your stories as soon as they're done, the 24 hours is up, and do a series of polls. So the first one will be, hey everyone, I just wanted to jump on because I have a few questions I want to ask you in the next slides. They're going to be about where you're currently at with your health or with your skin or with your hair. I'd love to get to know where you're at so I can create more content that can support you, etc. And then you'll have a bunch of polls. So maybe like up to 4 or 5 polls, and you'll be asking like, what are you struggling most with your skin right now? Let's say dry skin, acne, dermatitis, like whatever it is, whatever other option it could be, and you have that. And the next one is, how does having skin issues make you feel? And it could be like lack of confidence, it could be this, and one of them could be a Q&A. Is there anything else you're struggling with that you would love support with? And so you've done these polls, and then from here, you can open up conversations. You can open up conversations with these people. And the reason why I don't find this an ick or a weird strategy is because they are your warm audience. For somebody to take the time to reply to a poll, to answer what you're putting out there, they are somewhat interested, whether it be a small amount or a big amount, in the work you do and how you help people and the content you put out. They are somewhat, my phone is being very annoying. They are somewhat interested in what you're putting out there. So why would you not open up a conversation when, especially for those of you who are not getting like hundreds of poll votes? For me now, like there are some strategies I teach that I actually like don't have the capacity for unless I went and hired somebody to do that, which I'm like, it's not a necessary thing. There's other things I'd rather hire people to do. But when you're in the earlier stages, these kind of strategies, they are easy to do. They don't take a lot of time and they work. They really, really work. So you do, I'm just reading my notes because I actually wrote up this document the other day and I was like, I just want to give this value to you guys because I haven't even put it out there. So once they start responding, open up conversations because they're your warm audience. So this is what I would say, and I've got it written down, so I want to read it off the screen. Hey Name, I saw your vote on my poll about XYZ. So about dermatitis, about weight loss, whatever it is that you do. I'd love to know, how long have you been struggling with this for? So someone could DM me, let's say I voted on their poll and they said, what are your skin issues? And I went, dermatitis. How does it make you feel? Frustrated. Makes me feel very frustrated. And then maybe there was another poll about something and I answered that. You could then DM me and go, hey Rachel, I just saw your vote on my polls about skin. I see that you're struggling with dermatitis. How long have you been struggling with that for? And I'm going to come back and I'm going to say to you, like, 6 months. I've been struggling with it and I want to change that. We can then have a conversation. So I would then be going back and forth with this person 2 to 3 times. You don't need to be talking for the next 7 weeks. Go back and forward a few times. So ask a little bit more about them. Like, how long have you been struggling with it for? What have you tried in the past to clear up your dermatitis? Have you tried anything before? For team, it could be, have you done anything before to try and change this situation you're in? Have you started an online business before? Having this conversation with people back and forth a little bit. And then we get to the point, and I've got this written down again. You want to say this. Okay, I totally understand and get what you're saying here. Are you open to receiving some support with this? I'd love to help you change XYZ and achieve XYZ instead. Do you reckon you guys would reply to that? Tell me in the comments. Do you reckon you'd reply? I know I would. Especially when it's about something I'm struggling with, because I'm like, if you can help me and I feel that confidence in our conversation, I want information. Like, I want the info because you've showed me that, like, you can help me, right? Yes, definitely. Yeah, Jasmine says yes. I love it. So this is where we can be having conversations with people when it not be from this place of like, oh, this feels so ick and cringe and I'm forcing it and they're forcing it and they're ghosting me. Like, sure, people might not reply to some of your questions doing this still, but at least they're watching you. At least they're watching your content, consuming your content, and I'll come back around at some point. But doing it to a complete random just feels so freaking weird. and that person hasn't even chosen to watch what you're doing or even potentially even follow you. So you get to that point, and then what they're going to say? They're going to say, no, not right now. And you're going to say, okay, no worries. And you might give them something for free. Let's say you had a free ebook about dermatitis. I'd download that. I'd download it, then it might come back around and then say, actually, hey, Jasmine, I know that I said I wasn't open right now, but I just read your ebook and I'm really interested. That's a whole other strategy we're going to teach in the school. But if they say yes, and you're obviously leading into saying, well, this is how I can help you. How does that sound? This is what I want to offer you. And it's like product bundle, or maybe it's a course, whatever it is that you have available for them. And you're like, hey, this is what I have. How does that sound? Do you have any questions? And then that's how it leads into the selling. That's how it leads into them signing up. Okay, number 4 is using social proof every day on your stories for the next 2 weeks to 4 weeks to trials. Remember what I said earlier? You cannot say something doesn't work until you have been doing it every day, or at least consistently. So if you say 3 times a week, you do that 3 times a week for 6 weeks. But if it's every day, we can really push this for 2 weeks and see how it goes. What I'll say about this whole like 2 to 4 weeks thing, if you have an audience that you're already like engaged with and they're watching all the time and they're ideal people, you should be seeing results from this strategy in 2 weeks. If you don't have an audience or a very unengaged audience, you need to firstly continue focusing on audience growth, engaging your current audience, and then this will start working in 4 to 6 weeks. Does that make sense? So, social proof. What is social proof? Social proof is photos of your own journey. That's one example for some of you who do like weight loss. Maybe you do stuff around skin, hair. For those of you who are in Monat, which by the way, Monat girls, I just purchased some Monat from my client. I haven't got it yet, but ready for my glow up, ready for my hair glow up. So excited. So yeah, these would be photos of your own journey. So let's just say that your hair has gone from like struggling to be really dry and frizzy to nourished, beautiful, thick, amazing. Boom, done. There you go. There's photos of your journey for social proof. They can also be screenshots from customers. So if I messaged you and I said like, Megs, oh my God, I just got the products. I freaking love them. They feel so good. My skin feels amazing. Or the drink tastes amazing. I love this product. Like, that's social proof. It can be like a 1-line thing. It can be a short paragraph. It's still social proof, and it's showing to other people that people love this. They're getting results from it. They want to keep buying, whatever it is. So that's social proof from customers, screenshots from customers. It can be small things or big things. They can also be photos and messages from your customer groups or team groups, depending on what you're focusing on. I'd be replying, I love that, Lisa. Yeah, me too. So what was I saying? Yeah, from your team group. So let's just say you're in a, let's say Nu Skin customer group, and people are sharing their results with their skin, and they're like, I feel amazing. My skin is clearing up. It feels hydrated. It feels beautiful. Things like that, you can actually screenshot and utilize and just take people's names off. If you want to ask for permission to use their name, go ahead and do that. But that's social proof. Maybe you post in your team group and you say, and I have taught this strategy a few times to clients, and it's powerful. You might jump on into a team group and you might say, hey guys, I would love to know, what is one thing that has changed for you since you started with XYZ? So it could be the team group name. So let's just say that your team group is called like Businesswomen, something like that. You might say, what is one thing that's changed for you since you joined this group? Or you might say, what is one thing that's changed for you since you started your Monat business? That's an example. You can do the exact same thing in your customer groups. What is your favorite result that you've had, or your favorite thing that's happened since you started using the Juice Plus products? Social proof, guys. These are the little things that we think of and we trial that actually start yielding big results, because we're not always trying to do the same shit over and over and over again that isn't working. So what I want you to do every day for the next 2 weeks is share 2 to 3 pieces of social proof on your Instagram stories and talk about them. So provide more value, more context, and promote promote how you help people, promote your products. Once you've been showing this social proof, these testimonials, you might even have like testimonial videos. You might have proper written testimonials. Whatever it is that you have, share 2 to 3 per day. You haven't got any? Go and get them. Go and check in with your customers. See how they're going. Ask them questions that can provide you with social proof. If you've had long-term clients, ask them for a testimonial. If you're in travel and your clients have had a great holiday, ask them. Like, what has been your favorite thing about getting support from me or booking through me, or are you open to doing a testimonial for me in the next few days? Do what I said before about posting in your team groups and customer groups. Like, thinking like this is really going to change so much for you, and it's going to compound because people are just going to constantly be seeing it, and you can even put these things into a highlight. Look at my Instagram. I've got one called Wins, I think it is, and in there you'll just see screenshots upon screenshots continuously being added to for our clients who are getting awesome results working with us. Amazing. I love this. So again, if you're working with people for gut health, you want to make sure that the social proof you're mainly putting out there is about all things that relate to gut health, so like skin, energy, sleep, libido, mood, all of that kind of stuff that relates to the work that you do. So that's social proof. That's the 4th strategy that will get you more sales. I'm telling you, the more that I intentionally focus on this, the more inquiries that funnily enough, start coming through into my business. Okay, lucky last, tell me, are there any of these 4 so far that I've shared that are landing for you? I feel like, was it the last one there, Katie, that landed for you? Because I know with Monet, you guys have a shitload of these. And what people do so much is they share other people's videos, and then I just go to that person's account. But if you shared that person's video after you'd been providing value and giving support, and then did some context around how you help people get results like this, they would actually come to you rather than that person whose reel you're sharing. Make sense? Okay, the lucky last one I want to share. And by the way, if you guys want this actual document that I have written up, message me on Instagram afterwards and just do the work. Just say like, I love the document that you spoke about on your Facebook Live, and I'll send it directly to you. All right, number 5, create a simple lead magnet. This one, oh my God, it is something that we have done for so long, but we are way more intentional with it now, and we're helping our clients a lot more to create this. I love that, Michelle, the second one. I don't know why I just got that comment. I haven't got anybody else's apart from that. Okay, Facebook. We have been helping clients a lot more with this and showing them like how simple and easy and effective creating a lead magnet gets to be. It doesn't have to be this thing that takes you like a month to set up. I created this document that if you message me on Instagram for this afterwards, I'll send it to you. You'll see it and you'll be like, oh, that's pretty lengthy. Like that's pretty in depth. And it took me like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes to write it up. I was sitting on the couch. I just got it out of my brain. It's what I do anyway, just like what you do. It should be easy for you to get content out there because you love what you do. And then I just put it onto my email platform and sent it out to people who asked for it. That's it. That's what I did. It took me probably 45 minutes max to do the entire process. But you don't even need to put it into an email list. You honestly could just have the document, use a call to action, tell people to message you for it, and write their name down on a piece of paper in the note section of your phone and check in with them 48 hours later or something like that. Because, and we don't have time to do this today, but if you're in the school, we're going to support you in how to turn that into a conversation that then leads into a sale from a lead magnet. So lead magnets are just another way that we can build trust and give value and stand out. You know, the more that you can give people, the better. The more that you can focus on how can I give and provide instead of just how can I receive, the more you're going to, funnily enough, receive in your business. But that's not what you're focusing on. You're focusing on how can I give, how can I give, how can I give? And lead magnets is a really beautiful way to do that. So before, what step was that? Step number 2, I said write 7 different challenges and 7 different desires of your ideal client or team member. And then I said like do stories from that. From this list, you could look at one of those challenges and go, how can I provide something that can support people with this thing? How can I solve a problem? Just one problem. I might say, here, like something around gut health. I know for you, Anna, you do a lot of stuff around gut health. So you might say, I want to help women in their 40s with their gut health. And so you might have this freebie that's like 5 ways to XYZ in your 40s. And it's something your ideal clients would want. So it's another way to give a lot of value. But then you can also look at the list of the 7 desires. And again, you can help them create that desire. If their desire is to, you know, have a budget-friendly holiday for their family, they want a really beautiful, luxurious holiday, but on a budget, you create a freebie that helps them with that. It gets to be that simple, right? I said today on a guest training I did, I said for travel, I said like it could just be 5 travel hacks when you've got toddlers. 5 travel hacks for a healthy family holiday. I don't know, depends on your ideal clients, right? Depends on what they're wanting. But that's how simple that really gets to be. And then of course you'll be getting people to DM you for it, either giving them a link to download it if you use something like Flowdesk, which is what we use and we help our clients with. But if you don't want to set that up right now, you don't want an email list right now, you could just set it up on a Canva, download it, send it to people when they ask for it, and then check in with them. Just focus on building more trust, focus on giving more, focus on providing more value without this expectation of like, oh my God, I'm doing this, I'm not receiving it. Like sales really is a long-term game. You can make sales quite quickly. You can go, like when you can put an email out there and someone downloads it and goes, oh my God, Anna, this was amazing. This was so valuable to me. Like I want to work with you further. Or they might download it, look at it in like a month and then come back to you. It's a long-term game, but it's still giving. And like I said, it doesn't need to take very long to create them. It's only going to take you ages if you're trying to do one of those like fancy ebooks that have all these photos and different colors and like all these different things happening that I'm like, I can't do that. That's going to take me hours. So I just make it simple. I want to make it simple for me, but I just want to get the information to you. You don't care if it's like really pretty or if it's like on a Google Doc. You just want the information. Like the one I'm reading you off right now is a Google Doc. Like it's not on Canva. It's not anything. It's got no photos on it. It's just got my graphic on it for this document. Like it's that simple. Okay, so the strategy of this is creating it and then promoting it every single day for at least 1 to 2 weeks. Now, when you have a freebie, you want to focus on one at a time and getting people to download it so you can see, is this something people love and want or not? Because if not, I need to look at something that people will actually want. So before you create a lead magnet, you can actually do some research and ask people, is this what you want? Is this going to be valuable for you? You can actually ask them questions to see what it is that your audience wants. Or even post in Facebook groups just to say like, hey, I want to create this like freebie for my Instagram followers. I just want to know, which one would you most prefer? Like, don't sell to people, don't add people, just ask in the Facebook group, what would you most prefer? And then take that information and go create something with it. All right, I love this so much. All right, that was the 5 strategies that you can utilize, one of them to sign your next 5 customers. Choose one of them, focus on it for the next 2 to 4 weeks, and then come back and trial something different. You've got 5 things here that you can trial. And if you want more support with this and you are not inside of Network Marketing School yet, comment the word school below and I will be in touch with you and we can get you across more information, make sure it's a good fit, and we can support you with this inside of the school. But I hope you have taken away something from tonight. I'm sending you so much love. I'm always so grateful to just be here, give you value, support you, and see the wins that you're having through all of the small things and big things that we share. And thank you, Dawn and Anna. You are always here. I'm so grateful for you both for just supporting me and yeah, being here as always. All right, guys, have a beautiful rest of your day or night, and I will see you soon.